Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Dai's Paradise, or welcome if you are new. My name is Dai, and today we are going to be talking about my top 10 books by Black authors that I absolutely adore. I will be discussing what these books are about and also why I absolutely love these books and why they are some of my favorite. Also, if you didn't know, it's Black History Month. Did you know that? Did you know that, baby? Did you? I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that there is a Black-owned, woman-owned online bookstore called Reparations Club that actually does have a lot of books. They are also in great condition, and you guys should go support them. This is not sponsored, by the way. They don't even know me. I don't care if they don't know me. I want you to know them. I do highly recommend checking them out. All right, let's go ahead and get into this video. Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe. This book is chef's kiss, okay? I will never stop raving about this book. I will never stop telling the world about this book. This book follows Okonkwo as he navigates the arrival of white Europeans to his homeland of Nigeria, of what is now considered Nigeria, and as he begins to witness the changes brought on because of their implementation of their beliefs and their systems. I love this book because of its deliberate commentary on imperialism, assimilation, and acculturation. The quote that comes to mind when I think of this book is, "When the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, 'Let us pray.' We closed our eyes. When we opened them, we had the Bible and they had the land." Regardless of your religious belief, the book is a reminder to me that change is inevitable, but also the preservation of culture, history, and beliefs will always be thought of in hindsight once its disappearance has begun. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. This is my favorite book by my favorite author, Maya Angelou. It is her autobiography that details her childhood and her adolescence. This book came to me at a time when I needed the reminder that learning was always going to be a lifelong endeavor and that I, as a person, can always get better no matter what. Through this book, Maya Angelou became one of my biggest role models because her education was not just something that was handed to her. It was one that she sought out intentionally through living, reading, and writing in order to overcome the obstacles in her life. And honestly and truly, I intend to do the same with my life. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. This book follows Janie as she navigates love as a Black woman in the Deep South. The reason I love this book is simple. It's a linguist's dream. Okay. This book is what I would call the preservation of a dialect. This is what this is. And truly and honestly, Zora Neale Hurston did a big one with this. I don't even know if she knew what she was doing when she made this book, but it's beautiful and I love it. Number 4 on this list is This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. This book follows Soledad, a woman scorned by a man who she has spent most of her life with. I love this book because, well, I loved Soledad. She was so real and she jumped off the page for me. The scenes that recount her ancestral heritage are ones that I feel will live rent-free in my mind forever. If you love reading about powerful women who are well-rounded and really gets good love in the end, then this book is definitely for you. The next book on this list is Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. This book follows Kiki Banjo, a university student at Whitewell College, and she gives advice to the lady students of the Afro-Caribbean organization as they are navigating relationships with the boys on campus. And she's holding it down just fine until she ends up in a fake relationship with the new dude on campus, Malachi. I just loved how gentle this book was and the fact that it was just the kind of kick your feet in happiness vibes as you read about Kiki being loved down, okay? So if you really like romance, then this is definitely for you. The next book on this list is Parable of the Sower. It took a lot for me to put this book on this list, but here I am. The book follows Lauren Olamina as she navigates a United States destroyed by inflation, homelessness, drug use, and it all happens between the years 2024 to 2027. Y'all, this was probably one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had reading a book. Okay. It hits so very close to home, but it is a really important read. And it is my belief that Octavia E. Butler did not just write a dystopian novel. This book feels like she was predicting the future. And we're in 2026 now, so hopefully things get better because, yeah, what happens in that book, I don't need it. I don't need it. I know it's fiction, but when I tell you the stuff that was going down in that book felt like it was all possible. I don't need it. The next book on this list is a book of poetry. This is Salt by Nayera Wahid. This is a book of poetry written during the 2010s. It predates other poets, and it is what I believe is the best example of bite-sized poetry. Please don't count this book out just because of the poem length and because of the length of her writing. The poems are actually riddled with metaphors and literary devices, even though they are short. However, they are not the vague surface level poems of other poets of that time. So if you love poetry, I suggest you give this a chance. It is definitely one of my favorites. This and Nejma by Nayera Wahid, two of my favorite books of poetry ever. The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This follows Maddie, who is a biracial teen who has passed as white her entire life until one day when she can't escape the weather. All hell breaks loose as she's navigating being seen as Black for the first time. Tiffany D. Jackson is legitimately my favorite YA author at this point in my life, and for good reason, because she can write a story. Okay. This book is one that explores ideas on assimilation and identity, especially when you are unable to hide who you are. Especially when you are unable to hide who you are. It also explores racism in a way that I feel was done very well. The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This is a high fantasy novel that follows the protagonist Tao, who lives in a world with a strict societal hierarchy. People at the top feel as though they can treat the people at the bottom however they want, and Tao is like, nah, we not doing that here. I love this book because it explores colonialism from a very new perspective, and I'm very curious to see where Evan Winter takes the series in terms of retribution and alliance in future books. I'm hoping for something good, okay? Also, I really love the main character, Tao. He is someone who has shown strength and resilience through his trials and tribulations. So I can't wait to see more of him. Yeah. And finally, we have We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I really hope I'm saying her name right. If anyone is Nigerian in the comments and y'all want to correct me, please do. I love being corrected. This last book is an essay that details the reasons why we should all be feminists. The reason why I love this book is because Adichie takes a standpoint as a woman who is Nigerian, and that gives her points a perspective and quality that is not often seen in discussions on feminism and women's rights. It is a perspective that I yearn to read more of in my own life. The perspective of Black women throughout the diaspora and how they navigate womanhood in this white male-driven world. All right, y'all. Those were my top 10 books by Black authors that I feel like you should be reading. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.